Shri Gurubhyo Namaha children. I welcome you all to our online learning initiative Ekalaiva. And today in this video, we are going to learn about menstrual cycle and female reproductive system. Okay, already we have learned about the structure of female reproductive system, and now we are going to see about the cyclic changes taking place in the female reproductive system. And this cyclic changes, we used to call it as menstrual cycle. Okay, and this video, it is about that menstrual cycle. Okay, so what is that menstrual cycle? When you see, it is a cyclic changes which is taking place in the female reproductive system, especially okay, the changes which is taking place in the ovaries and which is having an impact on the endometrium of the uterine, okay, that is uterine tissue. All those things together, we will call it as our menstrual cycle. Okay, and this menstrual cycle, okay, it takes about 28 to 29 days. So this cycle repeated with the interval of 28 to 29 days, which involves the release of one ovum, okay, per month, per cycle. Okay, so either the left ovary or right ovary produces egg. Okay, that release of ovum and all other processes which are taking place in the uterine tissues. Okay, we used to call that as our menstrual cycle. Okay, so we'll see what are the phases, okay, which is present in this menstrual cycle. Actually, this menstrual cycle, this uterine cycle is divided into three phases. Okay, the first phase of our menstrual cycle, it is called menstrual phase. Okay, it is called the first phase. Actually, here it is given as period, and that phase, it is called menstrual phase. Okay, so menstrual phase, and the second phase is called proliferative phase, and the third phase is called secretory phase. So menstrual phase, proliferative phase, and secretory phase. What is it? Menstrual phase, proliferative phase, and secretory phase. In some places, when you see the same thing, okay, the phases of this menstrual cycle is given in 4 phases. Actually, okay, this follicular phase and this ovulatory phase, okay, it is in your 12th standard textbook, it is given these two things, it is given as proliferative phase. Okay, that is second phase, proliferative phase. So in future, if you come across these 4 phases, don't get confused. Okay, here okay, in this content it is given both the phases, actually it is clumped together and it is given under proliferative phase. So the actual phases, when you see, it is 4 phases. It is menstrual phase, follicular phase, ovulation phase, and luteal phase. But here this ovulatory phase is not given separately, it is given under our proliferative phase itself in our textbook. Okay, so don't confuse with that. Okay, this is about the phases present in our menstrual cycle. So one after the other we'll see. The first one is menstrual phase. Okay, so what is that menstrual phase? When you see, this menstrual phase lasts for the period of 3 to 5 days in the 28 days of cycle. Okay, and this cycle, okay, what happens? It starts, okay, there will be a menstrual flow during this 3 to 5 days of period. Okay, and why this menstrual flow? When you see, at that time, okay, during the time, what happens? When you see, the luteinizing hormone, what is a luteinizing hormone? Actually, it is a pituitary hormone. So the amount of this luteinizing hormone is reduced. Okay, the luteinizing hormone production is going down. As this production is going down, automatically there is a degeneration of corpus luteum. All this about corpus luteum and all we have seen under oogenesis. Corpus luteum is nothing but the remaining part of the Graafian follicle present in the ovaries after the release of secondary oocyte. So all those granules are follicular cells forming the structure called corpus luteum. And what is the function of corpus luteum? It is producing the hormone called progesterone, and this hormone is essential for maintaining the endometrium. Okay, so now what happens? When you see, the luteinizing hormone amount is going down. As it is going down, automatically the corpus luteum degenerated. So once this corpus luteum degenerated, the production of progesterone stops. It is also going down. So this progesterone, as the level is going down, there is no maintenance of endometrium. So automatically it results in menstrual flow. So what happens? The endometrial wall breaks down, okay, and its blood vessels and the mucus glands, mucus secretion, everything, it is coming out through vagina. Okay, and this process, actually we will call it as menstrual flow, and this process we will call that particular phase as menstrual phase. And this menstruation only occurs if the released ovum is not fertilized. Okay, because if it is fertilized, what will happen? Okay, this progesterone degeneration won't be there, so it remains for that 9 months of gestation, and so there is no menstruation at the time of that pregnancy. Okay, lack of menstruation may be the indicator of pregnancy. Okay, it is not always so. Sometimes due to some problems like underlying causes like stress, health problem, also responsible for the absence of this menstrual phase. So this is about this menstrual flow. In that 28 days of cycle, we will call it as menstrual phase. Okay, then the next cycle, okay, the next phase of this cycle, we will call that as our proliferative phase, which is otherwise called follicular phase. Okay, so this one we used to call it as proliferative phase. Proliferative phase. So what is that proliferative phase when you see? Okay, so what is this proliferative phase when you see? The menstrual phase is followed by this follicular phase. Okay, and what happens here when you see? Okay, the anterior pituitary gland is producing another hormone called FSH. Okay, that is follicular stimulating hormone. And this follicular stimulating hormone, okay, it helps in the maturation of that primary follicles into Graafian follicle. Okay, it helps in the maturation of follicles, and at the same time, what happens? No, this follicles will be producing the hormone called ovarian hormone called estrogen. Okay, they'll be producing a ovarian hormone called estrogen, and this estrogen is responsible for the formation of endometrium. Okay, that is regeneration of that endometrium. In follicular phase, okay, it has been broken down, and here again, because of the production of this estrogen, there is a regeneration of that endometrium, and there is a proliferation of all those endometrial tissues, uterine tissues. Okay, and it will be formed with the blood capillaries. Okay, and because of this proliferation process only, we are naming this follicular phase otherwise as proliferative phase. Okay, so this is how that estrogen is produced, and that estrogen is maintaining the, and not maintaining, it is regenerating the endometrium, and it started proliferating to form that soft bed for implantation of the embryo if it forms. Okay, and these changes in the ovary and the uterus are induced by changes in the level of pituitary and ovarian hormone. Which is that pituitary and ovarian hormone actually acts here? It is FSH. Okay, it is a pituitary hormone, and this FSH will helps in the maturation of our primary follicles into Graafian follicle and inducing the follicles to produce this estrogen, and estrogen is responsible for the regeneration of this endometrium. Okay, and next what happens? So this LH and the FSH, when you see this period, okay, it remains for 14 days of that 28 days cycle. Okay, it takes about 14 days of that 28 days cycle. Okay, and so in this by 14th day, by the middle of this 28 days, what happens? No, this LH and FSH hormone amount, it is increasing gradually, and it attains a peak. Okay, and this stage, okay, where it attains peak, we used to call it as LH surge. Okay, this period we will call it as LH surge. Okay, and so about at that 14th day, at this LH surge, what will happen? No, it is inducing the rupture of, see, it is inducing the rupture of Graafian follicle. So because of this rupture, what will happen? No, the secondary oocyte present inside this Graafian follicle is released out, and through the ovary walls, that secondary oocyte is released. And this process, release of this secondary oocyte by the rupture of Graafian follicle, we will call it as ovulation. And this particular phase, it is known as ovulatory phase. It is known as ovulatory phase. Okay, children. So ovulation, it complete. Okay, that secondary oocyte, it is released out from the ovary wall. So see, this is actually, this graph is given in your book. It is very, very important. Repeatedly asked board exam question. It is. Okay, be thorough with all this thing. One part is this question. Okay, regarding this follicles, they will ask you. They will give you A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, like that. And they will ask you, what is G? Okay, for example, okay, see here, it is given like A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H, like that they will give you. They will ask you what is F. What is F in the sense it is developing corpus luteum. And H is a corpus luteum. What is its function? They will ask. It is to produce progesterone. And they will ask you what is H and what is the result of this H formation. H is nothing but, what is that? Corpus albicans, white body. So what is the indicative of this corpus albicans? It will initiate the process of menstruation. And what is this E? E is nothing but ovulatory phase, where the secondary oocyte is released by the rupture of Graafian follicle. Like that, they will ask you question here. And this graph is very important, okay? So this graph is showing all the four hormones, that is 2 pituitary hormone and 2 ovarian hormone. For example, they will ask you, why? Okay, they will give you A and B. A is actually, it is luteinizing hormone. FSH, it is B. Okay, they will ask you why A peaks at this state, because it is LH surge, where it is helping in the release of that secondary oocyte from the Graafian follicle. Okay, like this they will ask you. And here, this question they will ask you, this is ovarian hormone. Okay, this is estrogen and this is progesterone. They will ask you, for example, this is A and this is B. If you have, why A peaks before B, they will ask. Why? A is nothing but estrogen. So at this phase, there is a maturation of follicles, and those follicles are producing estrogen. But here there is no corpus luteum to secrete progesterone, so there is no progesterone formation here. So because of that reason only, as in this follicular phase, the follicles are attaining their maturity, estrogen is produced first. And here, this one is, okay, at peak. The reason is here there is a production of corpus luteum, and the corpus luteum is producing more and more amount of progesterone. So this is how they will ask you a question from this graph. Okay, concentrate on this. So this is about the first two phases. Okay, our menstrual cycle and what is that? Follicular cycle over. So menstrual cycle, first 5 days there is a menstrual flow. Okay, and the next one, the last phase, we used to call it as luteal phase. Okay, this luteal phase is otherwise called as secretory phase. Okay, it is otherwise called as secretory phase here. Okay, actually the mucus gland will start secreting its mucus secretion. Okay, it will start producing its mucus secretion. So the ovulatory phase is followed by the luteal phase, during which the remaining part of the Graafian follicle transform as the corpus luteum. So in the ovulatory phase, Graafian follicle rupture to release secondary oocyte. So once after the release of secondary oocyte, the remaining follicular cells in that Graafian follicle will form a structure called, okay, corpus luteum. And this corpus luteum secretes large amount of this progesterone. Okay, and this progesterone is essential for the maintenance of regenerated endometrium. Okay, it is essential for the maintenance of this endometrium. And this endometrium, of course, it is necessary for implantation, and there will be, okay, at the maintenance of this endometrium, it will be having some glandular tissues, mucus glands and all will be there, which will produce more and more amount of mucus secretion. And okay, that endometrium is ready for the implantation process if that embryo is formed. Okay, So this is about our luteal phase. So during pregnancy, all events of menstrual cycle stop because, okay, once the fertilization is there, we don't have menstrual flow, and once there is no menstrual flow, the other phases of the cycle absent. Okay, so there is no menstruation during pregnancy. Okay, so this is okay if pregnancy is there. What happens in the absence of this fertilization? Okay, what happens in the absence of this fertilization? When you see, in the absence of fertilization, you know already, the corpus luteum degenerates. Again, it starts the next cycle of this menstruation. So this causes disintegration of the endometrium, leading to menstruation, and again menstrual phase, follicular phase, like that it will be going. Okay, so this cycle CAS, that is, it stops around the age of 45 to 50 years, and this permanent stoppage of menstruation, we used to call it as menopause. Okay, menopause. I told you menarche. Menarche is nothing but the first occurrence of this menstruation, and the permanent stoppage of this menstruation, we will call it as menopause. So this cyclic menstruation is an indicator of normal reproductive phase, and it extends between this menarche and menopause. So this is about menstrual cycle taking place in the female reproductive system. Thank you, children.